This is the race committee. The wind sampling is complete and this race is live.
So we go again in race 8, Group A, Puig Women's America's Cup, the final qualifying race. The final qualifying race. So just to let you know where the teams stand, GBR 36 leading, Italy 36. Switzerland 25 points, 5 points clear of Emirates Team New Zealand in that third spot. The equation really is quite simple for Emirates Team New Zealand. Try and win it, because that 5 points differential is really hurting them.
The Kiwis really need to finish either first or second and hope that the Swiss are back down the leaderboard. All boats desperately trying to stay on the foils at the moment.
Round up after them, Ali. They're losing speed. Up. At the batter. And as soon as you can, you go lower.
New Zealand over on the left-hand boundary, building pace, making sure they get through this manoeuvre. Must stay on the foils, must have a good start. Jo Alay, Gemma Jones behind her.
What do you see out the course? Looks like good pressure left. Okay, we don't want to the start.
Alingi Red Bull Racing currently above the cut line.
They're attacking now. Okay, you go up
Need to keep it clean.
Go full speed. Yeah, 28 is fine. Take some margin, eh? I come back a bit after the Italian to avoid the weather coming up.
Really important, this final tag back to the start line.
Come back. Okay, sit open. 1, go down. And 2, 1, go up. Yeah, we have it.
Nice tack on board Alingi Red Bull Racing. So 50 seconds to the start. They'll be coming in wheels up. A couple of boats off their foils. Kiwis, I think, are off their foils just right on the edge, but they are facing the wrong way, so they have to get foiling and then tack the boat to actually restart. So the Swiss can stay on their foils. It will be possibly in good shape off this start. Pressure manoeuvre here, surely, for Emirates Team New Zealand.
Swiss team well placed for a good start, as are the Americans.
You're clear, you're clear. Just make sure you get through the line this time.
This is the umpires, New Zealand, USA, France, restart penalty.
So we have a start in race 6, the final race in Group A in the Puig Women's America's Cup. Now or never for Emirates Team New Zealand.
They need to get across this line.
The team from American Magic were over by less than a metre.
No, you're good, you're good.
New Zealand clear, USA, France, still restart penalty.
The pressure manoeuvre for Alingi Red Bull Racing. They'll be coming up to that left-hand boundary now, needing to build their speed.
Well, if you're an Alingi Red Bull Racing fan and supporter
USA penalty
of
clear.
this, you'd be happy with the way they have started, sitting in the #1 position at the start of 4 legs, because that's how you get yourself into the semi-finals. You do it right, you minimize mistakes.
Relate to the speed, not the twin angle. Looks weird.
They're also Prada Pirelli coming off their foils, but big pressure move here for Emirates Team New Zealand as well, tacking on that left-hand boundary.
Kiwis not too far behind.
18.
Just really they need to keep flying, keep delivering the manoeuvres.
Nice. Mini.
They'll be sitting in the dirty air, though, unfortunately for them, off their rivals, Alingi Red Bull Racing. So looks like there might be a little more pressure coming down that left-hand side of the course, and they need to get the roll sorted on board. Big pump of the mainsail there to keep the boat foiling.
I got it now. 32 boundary. Really nice pressure. Press, not
It's an absolute must-stay foiling race in these light, bumpy conditions.
Good breeze, top left-hand corner of this track. We see the Swiss and Athena Pathway from Great Britain heading in that direction.
I think in 3, 2.
We've just been notified that Orient Express and L'Oreal Racing have been instructed not to race, an INR they call it, so that's their campaign, and it's a sad way to finish your campaign.
Been quite underwhelming, the French team. We expected great things and we didn't see it. Plenty of time in the boat really to put on a performance, and just never strung it together.
I can make the lay for the moment, but okay, taking a T.
Have a little more negative.
Is Emirates Team New Zealand coming across, all the way across to the right, and this tack for them will be crucial. Looks like they've pulled that off pretty nicely, and they hold the flight. But going across their bow is Switzerland in the lead, closely followed by Athena Pathway, that's Britain.
Lingy Red Bull Racing, they are in a strong position at this point in time to launch themselves into the semi-finals if they stay in this position. And let's not put the mocker on them, because we said similar things in the last race and everybody came off the fours and the race was abandoned. So Athena Pathway, Great Britain, they're solid into the semis. They just need to keep perfecting their racecraft in their AC40. There goes Emirates Team New Zealand. They need to be further up. Just remember, their buffer behind a Lingy Red Bull Racing is still 5 points.
Yeah, likely, but we want to hold for at least
As we've
15.
seen, anything can happen
Get
as
out
we
of
watch
this.
Lingy Red Bull Racing pull off their jibe. I'll be very happy with that.
This is a big improvement team in the last couple of races too, and hats off to them as well, American Magic.
All right, 29 knots, happy to go. Dai che ce l'abbiamo, forse.
Yeah, I'm surprised to see Luna Rossa really struggling here at the back of the pack in these conditions.
Raga, sta onda è andata, è veramente andata. Ok. Concentriamoci a sentire quello, fa niente.
And here comes Luna Rossa, Prada Pirelli. Yeah, we're not expecting to see them. Just remember that their regatta has been fourth, first, fourth. So there was a consistent middle. It was a pretty handy one too, because it was worth 30 points.
Swiss just crossing comfortably ahead of Athena Pathway. Look like they're sailing into slightly more pressure on their bow, down that right-hand boundary looking downwind. Kiwis will be looking for a mistake from the Swiss, but they're sailing the boat beautifully at the moment.
Yep. I struggle, Anya, can you help me? You're right on the main. Okay, we have a gust pressure in 5.
British always there or thereabouts, so consistent. 1, 3, 2, 2, 2, 2. I mean, just really strung it together. Whatever the conditions, they are up the front. Not necessarily pushing for a win, but their level of execution has got better and better. What a threat for the finals.
So just to remind you, this is the last race in Group A. We would normally have 8 full races, but because of the schedule, the race management have decided to make this the last one so we can keep the regatta rolling. Still remember, semi-finals to come.
That's Athena Pathway, Great Britain. Lovely jibe over here on the left-hand side. They've got a cross coming up here with the Swiss. Both boats closing speed just on 30 knots. And it looks like it's the Swiss just squeezing round the bow of Athena Pathway.
So Athena Pathway, Great Britain now sitting in the top spot at this moment. This will be the halfway mark. And they will just inch their way around that gate and then head up for leg number 3 of 4. Gently they do it, and away they go, and off they go. Trying to lock in win number 2 for the regatta. The Swiss should get that final drive in. I mean, Emirates Team New Zealand have gone way across to.
I'm not sure where the Swiss are going there. They're actually coming up into attack, so big manoeuvre there, and they've lost the rudder, the Swiss. They're off the foils. Emirates Team New Zealand punching through their gas, probably going straight. They won't want to do another manoeuvre. And the Swiss team open the door for Emirates Team New Zealand. They need to get refoiling, otherwise there could be a lead change for this final 3 positions.
So how big is the gap in the door?
British really struggling on that boundary.
There'll be a little glimmer of hope now within the crew of Emirates Team New Zealand as Alingi Red Bull Racing, who at one stage were leading this race, are well off the fours and the rest of the fleet's closing. Who wrote this script?
You see Luna Rossa, Prada Pirelli ripping around the mark, as do American Magic as well, working hard to keep their boats foiling. And a duck there from Luna Rossa, Prada Pirelli with the Americans there. Emirates Team New Zealand needing to stay foiling as well. Just watch the rudder here of Alingi Red Bull Racing as they go through the tack. Just really,
This
really
is the
high.
umpire's
And
Italy
just
lose distance penalty relative to USA.
big loss of flow on that rudder. So you just see the back of the boat spinning out to windward there. And that would actually end up blowing up the flow on the elevator as well. So boat handling error there by the Swiss team, just too aggressive in that turn.
Penalty clear.
It is so tight, this. New Zealand in second. If they stay there, Swiss need to be in 5th for New Zealand to make the cut. So not quite there yet, but so close.
Pressure really now on the Swiss team to finish
So
further up the leaderboard.
yes, sorry, mate. I get a little excited, easily excited, but the green line above the flag says you are in. Now, on our live points update, we are seeing that Emirates Team New Zealand and Alingi Red Bull Racing are level on 27 points. It goes back to the last race. Well, this is the last race. So, right now, as it stands, Emirates Team New Zealand are sailing into the semi-finals, but that's where I'm going to stop because we've seen too much already today.
Well, if Emirates Team New Zealand come off their foils and they get passed by one more boat, they will not be in that final top 3. So big pressure on boat handling.
There's always the voice of reason, isn't there? Hey, Glenn Ashby, the voice of reason.
Just telling it how it is. They just need to keep executing and sailing the boat well. That's all they need to do. Swiss team just need to dig their way back into the race as well. So anything can happen in these tricky conditions, as we've seen.
It's a short course, and they're about to finish leg number 3, and then there would be one more down. So now Alingi Red Bull Racing become the hunter.
So Athena Pathways coming up through the top mark for the final time. Good lead. They've been rock solid steady. Just behind them, we've got the New Zealanders. So Athena leading at the top mark for the last time. New Zealand coming to the right-hand gate. So there will be a split at the top mark between first and second.
Can you imagine the nerves on this boat right now? And I'm just wondering if they've got a check on where Alingi Red Bull Racing is.
Well, they'll know exactly where the Swiss team is, Shirley, and they'll be keeping an eye on them because Alingi need to gain one place to make it through to the top 3. So if any of those boats in front of them, either American Magic or Luna Rossa Prada Pirelli, come off their foils and they can make a passing manoeuvre, That top 3 will be in sight, so big pressure on all the teams at the moment.
You're happy to take that right shift, Ale? Yes. No, sorry, I need to go one in. Okay.
That one bad manoeuvre could be so costly for the Swiss team. Alexandra Stadler.
So they'll be watching what's happening in front of them, hoping that they see one of those AC40s in front of them low riding.
American Magic get around, aren't they, the improvers? Last time out, it was a third position for them. They could finish the regatta
Yeah, it's all good here. Copy.
in third. Now the question also, as we look at the race at the front, is there an opportunity? Is there an opportunity for Emirates Team New Zealand to get past?
Saw a bit of a touchdown in that jibe by Athena Pathway, and Emirates Team New Zealand sailing right up behind them. So very, very important jibes coming up. This will be the last manoeuvres both teams will need to do to come into the finish.
Matching their drive, board down. Board down. And turning. Heavy.
Nice jibe on both boats.
Heavy trimmer? No. Are we laying?
We're not laying, so we'll be diving in.
So we're almost at the finish of the final qualification race. Race 6 in Group A, and it will be a win to Athena Pathway, Great Britain. Win number 2 for them. They're off to the semi-finals. And maybe, just maybe, with a second place finish, Emirates Team New Zealand are off to the semis. But we have to wait and see where Alinghi Red Bull Racing finishes. Right now, Alinghi Red Bull Racing sitting in 5th position. They don't have a green line above their flag, which means right now, for this moment, Emirates Team New Zealand are into the semi-finals. Okay. It's not done. I'm not calling it yet, Shirley.
And turnings. My wheel. 2. 1. Good up.
So just having a look. Nice jibe there, and American Magic also achieving their jibe. So it really is not far from being done.
American Magic, they will farewell the regatta with 2 third-place finishes, and that's a lot to take away from the regatta, considering how difficult the conditions have been. Thank you, American Magic, and the Puig Women's America's Cup. Great entertainment, great sailing, and so much that has been learned. Luna Rossa, Parada Pirelli are already locked into the semi-finals, which means as they cross the line right now, the 3 is sorted. And Emirates Team New Zealand fans can breathe a sigh of relief. You are into the semi-finals. And you have to feel for fans of Alinghi Red Bull Racing. One moment, but boy, did it cost a lot. And they will finish the race in 5th position. The tiebreaker, because Emirates Team New Zealand finished ahead of them in this race, they go through. Would you believe that? Would you believe they start one race, they stop it, and then it looks like one team hasn't got it right, and then bang. You've got a feel for them. Got a feel for them. Listen, but Shirley, you've been in, you know, you're an Olympic gold medalist. That's sport, right? It can be cruel.
It's so tough. I mean, actually, they had a pretty good series. They were always there or thereabouts. Tough day for Alinghi Red Bull Racing.
Tough day, yep. But you also have to congratulate Athena Pathway Great